It's one thing to lose a close game, it's another to have victory snatched away by a walk-off three. That's exactly what transpired in this head-spinning matchup between the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs, where Harrison Barnes delivered a buzzer-beating triple that silenced the Chase Center. Even a heroic effort from Jimmy Butler in this unique scenario playing for the Warriors wasn't enough to stave off heartbreak. Let's break down how we got to that last, fateful shot and why the Warriors' meltdown in the final moments overshadowed what could have been a season-defining win. Pre-game buzz, unlikely stakes, Warriors pushing for playoff seeding. With just a few games remaining, Golden State found themselves locked in a tight Western Conference playoff race. Every victory counted, especially on the home floor where the Warriors historically thrived. Fans were eager to see Jimmy Butler continue his newly minted leadership role with the Dubs, forming a unique star tandem alongside Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Spurs spoiler mindset. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs were officially out of playoff contention. Despite that, they'd shown a penchant for messing with contenders' aspiration. Head coach Greg Popovich encouraged his young core, including ex-Warrior Harrison Barnes in this twist, to play spoiler. The sense around the league was that if you sleep on the Spurs, they'll burn you. The question was whether the Warriors would pay enough attention to that. First quarter, Warriors start hot, Barnes quiet, immediate scoring barrage. The opening tip saw Draymond Green lobbing to Jimmy Butler for a quick jam, igniting the Chase Center. Moments later, Curry drilled a wing triple, giving the Warriors an early double-digit lead. On the Spurs side, Harrison Barnes started slowly, misfiring on mid-range looks. Instead, Chris Paul in an alternate scenario and Julian Champagnie carried the Spurs offense with savvy shot-making. Butler's early impact. Attempting to replicate his Miami Heat-level leadership, Butler orchestrated a fluid half-court game, pinpoint passes to cutters, timely defensive switches. The scoreboard read 31-21 Warriors at the quarter's end. Fans were already imagining a comfortable blowout. Second quarter, Spurs fight back. Barnes finds his rhythm. As the second quarter unfolded, Barnes began to wake up. He buried a corner three to cut the margin. Then, a step-back jumper rattled home. Suddenly, the Warriors' 10-point cushion shrank. Meanwhile, Stephen Curry faced increased defensive pressure. The Spurs utilized small ball lineups that swarmed him on every pick and roll, hoping to force other Warriors to step up. Jimmy Butler's steady leadership. Time and again, Butler rescued the Warriors from sputtering possessions. He bullied defenders in the paint for easy buckets, absorbing contact and finishing tough layups. A pair of baseline drives led to an and one roar from the crowd. Even with Butler's heroics, the Spurs hung around, courtesy of timely shooting by Keldon Johnson and an uptick in defensive aggression from Blake Wesley. Halftime scored, a late push by Golden State, behind Curry's two quick threes, put them up 58-50 at intermission. Yet, anyone observing the Spurs realized they had more in store, and that Barnes had begun heating up, finishing the half with a modest but efficient 10 points. Third quarter, a Warrior surge in Barnes stalls Curry and Butler's two-man game. Coming out of halftime, the Warriors unleashed a refined two-man action with Curry and Butler. Crisp screens freed Steph for open jumpers, while Butler's hard cuts drew defenders off Klay Thompson, leaving him space for corner threes. Draymond also got in on the act, orchestrating from the high post. In a matter of minutes, the Dubs soared to a 14-point advantage. Fans roared, believing the game was effectively under control. San Antonio looks helpless for a moment to vault. The Spurs endured a frustrating stretch, missed open looks, turnovers forced by Draymond's lateral quickness, and Barnes sinking back into a lull. Some watchers assumed the Spurs' spoiler run might be over, but a mid-quarter shift arrived. Trey Jones subbed in and fueled a mini-run with energetic offense. At the same time, Chris Paul slowed the pace, facilitating short pick-and-roll sets to get easy mid-range jumpers, trimming the lead to single digits again. Butler's momentum. Butler closed the third with two strong possessions, a drive for a layup, and a pass to a cutting Kevon Looney for a dunk. The scoreboard read, Warriors up 85. The crowd exhaled, expecting an easy run to the finish line. Fourth quarter. Spurs refuse to die. Barnes awakens once more. Early in the fourth, Harrison Barnes found his stroke again. He buried a pair of jumpers, including a contested three that quieted the Chase Center. The lead shrank to 5. Announcers joked, Barnes was always a warrior, but tonight, he's turning into the Warriors' problem. The tension grew noticeable, with fans urging the Dubs to put the game away already. Curry versus Paul duel. On consecutive possessions, Steph launched deep threes that soared in, but Chris Paul answered with his own mid-range mastery. The scoreboard seesawed between 5 and 8 points. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler did his best to maintain the lead, attacking the rim whenever the Spurs nibbled closer. Late game sloppiness. As the final minutes ticked away, Golden State committed a handful of ill-timed turnovers. A hasty pass from Draymond was snatched by Keldon Johnson, fueling a Spurs transition layup. Another miscommunication between Curry and Clay led to a backcourt violation. With each error, the Spurs crept close. Fent wheeled final seconds. The Barnes buzzer beater. Warriors narrow lead. With under 30 seconds left, Golden State clung to a 2-point advantage. Everyone in the arena expected the Dubs to run a patient set and rely on Curry or Butler to ice the game. Instead, a misread bounce pass from Draymond intended for Butler was picked off by Trey Jones. The Spurs quickly advanced, calling a timeout with 3 seconds on the clock. The tension soared, reminiscent of big playoff finishes from yesteryear. Sideline out of bounds play. San Antonio's final attempt saw the ball inbounded to Chris Paul, who drew both Curry and Butler, leaving Harrison Barnes open near the right wing. With a single step back, Barnes rose up as the buzzer neared. Draymond lunged to contest, but it was too late. Swish. The backboard lights flashed red. Pandemonium ensued. The officials confirmed it. Barnes' three was good. The Spurs had stolen the game. He won 14. Arena shock and Barnes' celebration. For a moment, Chase Center fell silent, except for a cluster of Spurs players mobbing Barnes, who overcame a quiet first half to bury the shot of the night. Warriors fans stared in disbelief. Jimmy Butler sank to his knees, face and hands, realizing a near-certain victory had slipped away. The scoreboard announced a final that was borderline surreal. Golden State had led nearly all game, yet that final 3-second meltdown wrote the final script. Aftermath and reactions. Warriors' disappointment. In post-game interviews, Draymond lamented the miscommunication that preceded the final turnover. He praised Barnes for a great shot, but also noted how the Warriors need to be sharper down the stretch. Jimmy Butler, who scored 20-plus points, expressed frustration. We had the game in our hands. They made one big play. That's the NBA. The sense of heartbreak was palpable. Harrison Barnes' poise, reflecting on the dramatic buzzer beater. Barnes credited the coaching staff for drawing up a perfect out-of-bounds set. I saw an opening. We executed, and it dropped, he said calmly, downplaying the magnitude of humiliating his old squad. Standing in the West, for Golden State, dropping a home game to the Spurs, who are out of contention, stings doubly. The Dubs forfeited an opportunity to climb the West standings. Meanwhile, the Spurs embraced the spoiler role, proudly celebrating a morale-boosting triumph to close out their season. Big picture, lessons and legacies. The spoiler element. This game underscores how even non-playoff teams can dramatically affect the playoff puzzle. The Spurs, behind Barnes, took pride in playing free and loose, exposing the Warriors' late-game vulnerability. Clutch execution is king. The meltdown illustrated that in the final minute, even a multi-time championship squad, like Golden State, can falter if they relax. The difference often lies in a single possession, a single pass, or a single shot. Barnes' vindication. Harrison Barnes, once a champion with the Warriors, had a rocky departure. This buzzer beater felt like a satisfying personal highlight, a small dose of redemption for a forward who'd quietly built a reputation as a reliable shooter. Conclusion: in the blink of an eye, Harrison Barnes changed what looked like a stable Warrior win into a stunning buzzer beater heartbreak. Despite Jimmy Butler's leadership and Stephen Curry's scoring, the final seconds meltdown overshadowed nearly 48 minutes of otherwise brilliant basketball. The Spurs triumphed 114, playing the ultimate spoiler against a Western contender. For Golden State, it's a teachable moment. Execution is king, and every possession counts in a chase for playoff seeding. As for Harrison Barnes, the shot cements a storybook ending to an otherwise routine NBA night, proving that no matter a team's record, you can't ignore the big moment potential of a single player. If you like this analysis, be sure to subscribe, like, and ring the notification bell for more NBA drama, highlight recaps, and insider breakdowns. Comment below, did Barnes deserve MVP of the night, or do you place blame on the Warriors' late collapse? We want your take.